Hello Taurus, welcome to your December 2018 general horoscope reading. Can you believe that we are at the end of 2018 already? Like, wow, this is the end of the year. So, share in the comments below, Taurus, how you're feeling. What are your goals and ambitions for next year? And then how do you feel about the way this year is wrapping up? Just share away. Talk to me, Taurus. So I don't know why, but I'm just feeling kind of bouncy and loosey-goosey with you guys. So I don't know, maybe you should do that with me. Just kind of shake it off, get loosey-goosey. So Taurus, here we are with the tarot. I hope you don't mind. I am not using the runes in this month's reading. I'm just going to use the old-fashioned, beautiful tarot. And then we're going to get an oracle message here as well, just for the year in advance here. Just a little brief look at 2019. All right, so let's get into the astrology, Taurus, because it's something. It is something. Okay, so I have it broken down here. We're going to start with December 6th. Watch out for December 6th because Mercury will move direct. As you know, it's retrograde right now. So there's a lot more internalization when it comes to communicating, when it comes to your mental activities, your thought process, your planning, even short distance trips, that kind of stuff. But once Mercury goes direct, no fears when it comes to signing new contracts, going on some other short distance travels. When it comes to communicating more efficiently and clearly, you'll be able to do that with Mercury moving direct now. Now, I do want to say before we leave this Mercury direct alone, I want to point out, Taurus, that since it's in Sag, I wrote down here that in a lot of ways, it's about reevaluating the thinking patterns, mental activities that you might be doing that have been excessive. Because that's kind of the dark side to Sagittarius, is doing things excessively and wastefully. So, you might want to just take a look at that and make sure that you are giving that the proper attention and resolvement that it needs. Also, with this Mercury placement right now, it's about setting goals for the next big picture, what it is you want to expand. So, evaluate that. Yes. You'll see those things pop up. But December 7th is the next day you want to look out for, Taurus, because it's the Sagittarius new moon. Okay, so we are in Sagittarius season, so that's where a lot of this Sagittarian influence is coming from. And it's really exciting. Sagittarius energy is overall a very optimistic and fortunate energy. Whoop! All right, first two cards are out. Ooh, my. I'll just go ahead and show you. First two cards, we have the Devil and the Tower, Taurus. Wow, some strong, powerful energy going on there. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's finish with the shuffling and the astrology. So with the Sagittarius new moon on the 7th, we also have the moon conjunct the sun. And so this is just gorgeous energy for all of us, Taurus. Seriously. It's filled with just optimism for the future, for the present. So you might find yourself feeling more optimistic. Other people's optimistic energy around you is just helping lift you up. And this energy speaks highly of new adventures, new studies, and studies abroad even, studies in another state and another city, creative insights, especially with the moon conjunct the sun, can really just come in with this new moon portal energy. And I feel like this new moon for many of us is going to be asking this question. Where have you been bored with routine. Where have you been bored and stuck in routines that need some shakeup, need some new adventure, need some new insight, need some new learning, maybe something else is missing, something else needs to come in, and you need to shake that up by going on, a trip, by going on some sort of adventure, even if it's just an adventure with your mind, where you're filling, your mind with something new, some new book, some new study, like I mentioned. Okay, so it's beautiful energy, really exciting, and just beautiful for new starts, as most new moons are. So December 21st is the next day to look out for, Taurus. We have the sun entering Capricorn. So it'll be Capricorn season and the winter solstice, of course. So woohoo, it's a power day. Remember, the equinoxes and solstices are power days. So we have such an energy here. With the solstice, it's the longest night of the year. It's about honoring the darkness and then celebrating the rebirth of the sun. And so, in some old traditions, of course, some believe that this is the time also when dark spirits come out and roam the earth. Woo! Almost just lost a bunch of your cards. So it's almost like a time where the dark spirits come out and roam the earth. So it's, it's a portal opening sort of time. And so you could always benefit from carrying around, maybe some smoky quartz or some black tourmaline, black onyx, stuff like that, just to help keep that negative energy away whenever you're going through the process. Your cards are coming out in like chunks, Taurus. So, we are almost finished here. Let me just get organized here. Okay. And then, so, being in Capricorn season here in December, it's, collectively a lot of us are going to be feeling like opportunists, like really obsessed with an idea, especially when it comes to our projects, when it comes to our work, climbing the work ladder. That's what Capricorn loves to do, finding the top of the mountain, especially when it comes to their career and public reputation. And it's about becoming a lot more disciplined in an area of your life when we hit Capricorn season and the solstice. It's seriously, where have you been lacking discipline? Where do you need to exercise more discipline now? Capricorn is also known for being really emotionally reserved. They can sometimes be really hard to strap down when it comes to being in a relationship with them, but when they do, they really fully commit. But you just might find yourself a lot more emotionally reserved, like the Capricorns, and really devoting your time to achieving whatever it is that you so desire to achieve. And that's okay. And it's about finding discipline through that. And so on the 22nd, the following day, we have the polar opposite of Capricorn. We have Cancer. It's the Cancer full moon. And my goodness, the moon is comfortable and at home in the sign of Cancer. And so that's exactly where the attention is going to be brought to home, matters of the home, your comfort spaces. Okay, sensitivity, your emotions are going to be heightened. Okay, a lot more sensitive with this moon. Others around you are going to be a lot more sensitive. And it's bringing up, what it is, Taurus, that you're nurturing, that you're mothering. Is it an actual child? Is it someone in your life? Is it an idea, project that you are just nurturing to fulfillment? Whoop! Sorry. Making a mess here. We're just waiting on one more card. And I say that and boom, there's your last card. Justice. So with the Cancer full moon, you know, it's also asking, where are you maybe a little too needy? You know, full moons can bring out that excessive energy. So where can you be too needy, too dependent on those close to you? This is bringing up some people's private life, private affairs, what you've been maybe keeping private from others, keeping from sharing. And so with this Cancer full moon, since it is really illuminating these areas, it's going to be asking all of us to really share your more vulnerable, sensitive space with others, with that intimate partner. Open up in an entirely different, emotionally raw way that you haven't all year. So Taurus, I know sometimes that's hard for you, but you can do it. I know you can do it, and it's going to feel so good when you do. Last day, astrologically, the 31st. Okay, Mars enters Aries. This is such an awesome way to end the year. It's like the surge of energy. Mars is at home in Aries, okay? Aries is ruled by Mars. So you're going to be feeling a lot more active about your New Year plans. And you might feel the need to, you know, go, do a lot more physical activity as well. And so if you feel that need, you know, definitely, I mean, go on a run, go on a walk, you know, do some meditation, some yoga, or just something to keep yourself active with this energy. Because if you don't, you know, it's going to really build up and it can create some anxiety. So, you know, make sure you're finding a healthy way to channel that energy, but it's going to be super awesome for getting things done. I mean, it's very physically active energy. So, here we go, Taurus. I'm going to take you down, look at the cards that have shown up for you. While you look at that, I'm going to go ahead and pull you one oracle card here for 2019, for the year ahead, Taurus. I feel like it's this one. All right. Okay. Yeah, let me just go ahead and take you back up here, Taurus. This requires a complete face-to-face discussion here. Okay, so we have the Devil showing up here with the Two of Swords. I'm kind of doing a different spread this month, as you see. So this is kind of really what's going on in your head space, and then the how-to. So it looks like, you know, a lot of you Tauruses are really kind of obsessing over the idea of latching on, is what I'm getting. Latching on to something or to someone, for a lot of you, showing up as a relationship, okay? So really caught up, I'm getting, in like the fantasy and the sensual side of things, of this relationship. And the energy is really asking you the how to deal with this is the Two of Swords here. Okay, Two of Swords, you know, is really asking you to take a step back, take a breather from this relationship, from this situation here in December. You know, don't feel like you have to latch on so hard. Give yourself a little bit of your private space, especially when you approach the Cancer full moon energy, because it's about your private, intimate space. So, you know, the Capricorn energy is really strong here, so some of you might be dealing with a Capricorn specifically, and so they're showing up. But with the Two of Swords, you are being asked. Stepping back, meaning meditating, some time to yourself, listening to some good music, drinking some lovely wine, Taurus, something, you know, whatever it is that is your safe space, your comfort space that gets you calm and centered, do that, because it's going to help bring some clarity and balance, you know, with those Two of Swords there. It's about finding the equilibrium, finding your sort of clear vision and clear sight over the situation again. So doing those kind of things in your homey sort of space is going to help do that and give you resolvement where it comes to this devil energy, you know, latching on. It could be the other person latching on. I'm getting for a lot of you Tauruses that it's speaking of you. You know, maybe why are you holding on to this relationship or to this specific project? Is it really worth holding on to right now? Maybe you simply just need space from it so that you can gain, you know, further clarity. So you can look at it unbiased. So they also have a chance to look at the relationship, at things unbiased and just for what they really are. Okay? Very sexual energy too, might I add. Okay, so showing up next down here, you have the Tower. And so I'm getting here with the Tower, especially when it comes to a lot of your relationships. There are some relationships, especially maybe that have to do with the work partnerships and relationships, you Tauruses are going to feel the need and desire to let go of this month. The Tower is completely about wiping that slate clean. This is in the area of your relationships here. So, you know, being next to the Three of Pentacles, a lot about, you know, who really has your back, Taurus? Who really has your back, especially when it comes to your work, your creativity? If you don't feel like you're in the right work environment, if these people here are not giving you the kind of growth you're looking for in your job, in your career, then maybe it's time here, going into the new year, to completely wipe that slate clean, start over. That's what the Tower is about, starting over. That's okay. And I'm getting, you know, really with the how-to here is letting your work speak for itself, letting your creativity, your energy speak for itself. You don't have to necessarily fight and strive so hard to put yourself in the spotlight, especially once again when it comes to work relationships. And on a more personal level, you know, this is really speaking of Taurus, like taking time to just invest in yourself and your interests here this month, especially mid-month. I'm getting especially mid-month, okay? Around that Sagittarius new moon is when a lot of this is hitting. And some of this just has to do with, you know, the relationship up here with the Devil, where you're having to, with the Tower showing up, you're having to allow space and create space for transforming some of your emotional reactions. Your emotional, what's the word I'm looking for? The way you emotionally react, but also how you just emotionally see things, how you emotionally interpret things. That is undergoing a transformation here in December. So that's beautiful, Taurus. You know, just don't be surprised if you just get this whole perceptual change when it comes to your emotions and to how others are treating you emotionally. And again, a lot of this is hitting you, this area in work partnership. But some of you, it's affecting the personal area as well. So now here, up next, we have the Queen of Swords. So, I'm getting here that a lot of you, especially towards the end of December, it's really, you've gotten a lot of that sharp-witted insight that you were trying to achieve up here. You've come full circle from Two of Swords to the Queen of Swords. Okay, so by the end of the month, I mean, you're getting clarity, you're getting understanding, there's a decision. There's a decision. You have a whole line here. Let me just go back down here and point it out. See, you have the Devil, the Tower, the Queen of Swords. Okay, so some of you Tauruses are going to be letting go of a relationship. There is a loss showing up here for some of you Tauruses. And the Queen of Swords can be sometimes really emotionally sort of distant and cut off. But she knows and understands that whatever partnership is showing up here, or relationship, it's not fulfilling for her anymore. It's not going to be fulfilling for her future, for your year ahead, Taurus. So that is showing up really strong, you know, not going to lie for some of you Tauruses. And a lot of it is about just changing your headspace so that it's not affecting you emotionally and causing this sort of emotional riot within yourself. And so what's really beautiful, you know, ending with the Queen of Swords here, is that Queen of Swords brings direct answers and clarity. So you're not feeling that kind of energy. And you have Justice sitting right next to the Queen of Swords here. My goodness. It's really going to benefit also your physical health. I'm getting, Taurus. It's really going to benefit your physical health. Making some of these decisions. Making this decision to leave that work situation that's unhealthy. Leave that friendship or partnership that is making you feel latched on, or making you feel bound, making you feel like you have to try too hard, because you shouldn't have to try so hard, Taurus. You're worth more than having to try so hard. You have so many, see, look with Justice and look here with the Two of Swords. What you need is an equal partnership, equal opportunity. Equal is showing up here big time for you. The scales are showing up big time here for you, Taurus. So really, in December, you are getting your equilibrium back, Taurus. And you're getting it, you know, direct answers are coming. Direct answers are really showing up. And I'm getting a message here too. Some of you Tauruses here, by the end of the month, don't be surprised if some of you move on up in status. Especially when it comes to your money, earning ability, career, job. There's like a change in status. So promotion for some of you. Bigger, more responsibility in the workplace. Or if you own your own business, you might be taking on a little extra here, Taurus. But I'm getting that you're really, by the end of the month, able to find that balance, you know, with your time, with your energy. So you're not burning yourself out, you know, especially here, you know, with the Tower. I mean, you got some transformations happening, big time. And I'm getting that a lot of this is just kind of been going on, this sort of struggle within your mind, you know, of how relationships should be, especially, you know, going back to partnership and relationship and being able to work with people, be a team player, be able to have that reciprocated, you know. So being a team player, whether it's in personal relationship or with work relationships, you know, that is showing up here. And you're going through, like I said, especially mid-month, you know, it's showing up where you're going through that transformation here, Taurus, of big transformation, Tower, of how to be a better team player in the relationship. And them too. You know, I'm not just saying, you Taurus, you've got to be, you know, the only team player. That's not what this is about. It's about also what you allow the other person to do. How you allow the other person to make you feel. But yeah, there's definitely, in the work area, some achievements happening. And I'm getting, this could just be relating back to the work thing, but I wanted to point it out too for you, Taurus, that this is energy that's ringing really strong is contract. I'm hearing the words contract. So some of you are going to be signing some new contract, so it could just be with work, with that promotion. But it could be another contract showing up here. But that is what I am seeing. So, quick look, Taurus, at what the year ahead has in place. You have Desert Passage, Trust. There's a divine plan, Taurus. Desert Passage, Trust. There's a divine plan. So, you're gonna be like right on the tip. You're going to be able to see the horizon ahead. Here, you're at the end of the year. Goals are set. You see the path. You know the direction you're going. I'm getting with this card. And so now it's really just about trusting and not questioning the how to, the where to so much. But there is some, also I'm getting with this card, some real spiritual transformations happening in 2019 for you. But Taurus, we'll get more into the details of the new year in the January readings. So this concludes your December 2018 reading here. So thank you so much for joining me, Taurus. I got some new things cooking here for the new year, but I want to point out too, if you want to do a personal reading with me, just visit my Etsy shop. The link is below. If you want to connect with me more on social media, my Facebook and Instagram are in the descriptions box too. And yeah, so come 2019, I'm going to be doing full moon fables for each month. Okay, so subscribe to my channel here to just stay up to date with that. Also, I'm going to be doing how-to monthly love challenges starting in the new year here. So watch out for those geared specifically towards love and relationships. I'm excited about them. So, have a beautiful December, Taurus. I'll see you soon.